over in my way again, of course. Where I'm going to stand. All right, good morning, guys, and welcome back to another one of our Strength and Shape Activate at Home workouts. If you do not know me, I am Jenna, and I'm one of the fitness and nutrition coaches. And if you have not done this workout already yet with either myself or Lloyd, that is totally okay. One of us, or not one of us, I will walk you through it, just like even if you have done it already before. So we are going to start off with our warm-up. Again, if you have a hardwood floor like myself, you might need either a mat if you have one, or I'm going to use a pillow. We are going to start off with our half kneeling hip flexor stretch, and I hope you can see me since my dog is in the way. Jackson, come here. Come up here. Come on up. Come on up. Good boy. All right. So we are going to kneel on one knee, other knee is going to be straight out in front. Really make sure we're squeezing the glute of the leg that is back and really flexing the quad of the leg that's back. We want to stay nice and tall, and we're just going to rock forward and back. We're going to do this for 10 reps per side, and I will count with you guys. So that is 1. And this stretch here, that is 2. Is not supposed to be a very big stretch. I want to really keep everything nice and tight, so it should be more of a minimal movement. And we're looking for a nice stretch here in that front of that back leg. That is 4. Remember to breathe and keep that core tight as well. 6. And that's 7. 8. 9. And 10. And we'll go ahead and switch. Same thing, really make sure that glute of that back leg is nice and tight. We'll rock back and forth from 1, 2, that's 3, 4, that's 5, keep that core nice and tight, 6, and 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Awesome job, guys. We are going to do our scapular push-up next. Or I lied, I'm sorry, hip bridge. So, flat on your back here, feet about hip width apart. We're going to do this for 15 reps. We're going to come up, nice strong glute squeeze, core is nice and tight at the top, and all the way back down. We'll count that as 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, and remember I don't need these fast, 8, give me a nice pause at the top for 9, 10, 11, that's 12, 13, 14, one more, and 15. Awesome job, guys. Now we're going to go into our scapular push-up next. So if you want, again, a mat or a pillow, we're going to go on our hands and knees. And this one might be a little hard to see, but what we're going to do is keeping our arms locked out. I really want you to think about trying to squeeze your shoulder blades and your back together as if you're trying to keep a pencil in between your shoulder blades. So we're going to sink into our shoulder blades, coming down, and just releasing. We're going to do this for 15 reps as well, so we'll count that as 1, and that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more, 14, and 15. Awesome job, guys. We're going to stand on up next, and we're going to do our body weight squats. So you should be familiar a little bit with this if you've been watching and following along. If not, I'll still walk you through it, how I want you to set up. Feet can really be as wide or as narrow as you would like them to be, as long as when you come down and squat, your knees can still drive right outside of those pinky toes. We really want to make sure our chest is up. I don't care what you do with your hands here, just as long as they're not on your hips. We're going to aim for, I believe, 15 reps again. Yep. All right, we'll get started with 1. And again, these don't have to be fast either. I want a nice, slow and controlled pace here. Really focus on pausing at the bottom, and that core is nice and tight. That's 5. That's 6. Don't forget that nice strong glute squeeze at the top. That's 8. 9. 10. 11. That's 12. 13. 14, one more, and 15. Awesome job, guys. We're going to go through that whole warm-up one more time. So we're going to start back up with that half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So remember, keeping that back leg completely squeezed and tight. We'll rock forward and back. We're going to do this for 10 per side. Make sure you're keeping a nice tall posture. That's 3. 4, that's 5, 6, awesome job, guys, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to switch sides. That'll be 1. Remember, really looking for a nice stretch in the front of our back leg. And remember, you don't need to make this a very big stretch, just very minimal movement. That's 4, 5, 6, that's 7, 8, 9, and one more, and 10. We're going to go back to our hip bridges for 15 reps. I'll kind of maybe go at a different angle here to show you guys. All right, we're going to do this for 15 reps. That'll be 1. Remember, I want a nice strong glute squeeze at the top. These do not need to be rushed. That's 3. Keep that core nice and tight. Really try and drive through your heels. Dig those into the ground. That's 5. 7, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, that's 12, 13, 14, and one more, and that's 15. Awesome job, guys. We're going to go back to our scapular push-ups on our hands and knees again if you need a pillow or have a mat. Remember, I really want you to think about trying to squeeze your shoulder blades like you're trying to pinch a pencil back there and hold it with your shoulder blades, keeping those arms locked out, though. We don't need to bend those elbows back up a little bit. And we're going to do this for 15 reps again. That'll be 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And 5. 6. 7. That's 8. 9. 10. 11. 12, 3 more, 13, 14, and one more, and that's 15. All right, guys, we are going to finish up our warm-up with our squats again. So remember, find a stance that is most comfortable for you and that you can really drive those knees out as you're coming down. We'll count that as 1. And remember, I don't need these fast either. I really want to focus on driving those knees wide And a nice pause at the bottom. We're doing this for 15. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget that nice strong glute squeeze at the top. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more, 14, and 1 more, and 15. Awesome job, guys. Grab a drink if you need it. We're gonna get into our our actual workout, excuse me. All right, so we are gonna start off with some more squats. You have not enough of them already. Really wanna focus on that pause here on this one. We're gonna do this for 8 reps. So again, really wanna make sure you have 3 points of contact as well, which I didn't really go over too much the first time, with your bottom of your foot and the floor. So you always wanna have 2 on the ball of your foot and 1 on the heel. Really make sure we're digging them into the ground, really activating those quads here. Again, I don't care what you do with your arms and your hands, just as long as they're not on your hips, okay? We are gonna aim for 8 reps here. Really give me a nice 3-second pause, and we'll drive straight up. That's 1. That's 2. And as always, don't forget that glute squeeze at the top. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. 3 more. 6. 2 more. 7. 1 more. And 8. Awesome job, guys. We are going to take 1 minute to rest, and we are going to go ahead and do that again. I don't know if I can see my comments. See you guys. Hi, Tara. I'm glad I'm your hero. Good morning, Dave and everyone. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Lily. Hope you guys are all hanging in there. You have about 25 more seconds to rest, guys. Hi, Tara. I'm glad I'm your hero. Yep. Had my phone on next to that, so sorry about that. Good morning, Susan. All right, that was 1 minute. We're gonna go back to our body weight squats with our 3-second pause. I'm sorry, Jax, am I interrupting your sleep? Thought you were gonna work out with me. No? All right, so find that stance that's most comfortable for you guys. And we're gonna go for 8 with that nice 3-second pause at the bottom. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And 4, halfway there. 5. That's 6, 2 more. 7, don't forget to drive those knees nice and wide. And 8. Awesome job, guys. We're going to take 1 minute and we are going to do that one more time. Thank you, Susie. I thought he was going to actually do something, but he's a little tired apparently and just taking a little snooze over here. Is this really hard for you? Yeah. You guys have about 25 more seconds. Tell Jody I said hi as well. I miss all you guys at the gym. All right. We're gonna do this one last time. Remember, find your stance. We're gonna go for 8 reps again with our squats. If you're just kind of hopping on, that is totally fine. We just want a nice 3-second pause at the bottom, and I'll kind of count with you guys here, all right? That's 1. That's 2. Remember, core is always nice and tight. Stand as tall as you can be at the top. That's 3. 4, halfway. 5. That's 6, 2 more. That's 7, and 1 more. And 8. Awesome job, guys. You have a minute. We're going to move on to our push-ups. So while you guys are resting, I'm going to talk a little bit about them. If, again, you have not done this workout before, because you have a couple different variations to make it very doable for you at home if you cannot do a full push-up all the way down to the ground and all the way back up. So, if you would like to try an elevated push-up, what you can do is find any sort of couch or chair or anything that you can use that's not going to push, so as long as it's up against the wall. For example, I think if you guys can see me, I can use this here. So this will work just fine if you're able to do this. And make sure when you come down, we're using that scapular retraction that we did in our warm-up. Nice pause, and back up. It can be higher than that. That's just the only one I have available over there. I think the other day I used this black thing since it was up against the wall. You can also use up the wall if you need to. Just put your hands right up against the wall there, which I think I demonstrated in the first video. If you want to try them on the floor, there's a way we can start and work our way towards that. And that's by doing our 3-part push-up. So I'm going to demonstrate that one time. And then, like I said, you can choose what you would like to do for the push-up for our set, okay? So for our 3-part push-up, we're going to start in a plank position on your hands, shoulders right over top of those wrists. Ideally, you want to try and come down nice and slow, almost like you're dive bombing down into the ground. Try and get your chest to touch first, and then you're going to sit back, push those hips and butt back toward your heels, and then come back up. So you can choose which one you would like to do. All of them are just as effective, all right? So we're going to go for 8 reps here. And I will get started with you guys. I'm going to do mine on the floor. Let me back up a little bit. All right. We'll get started. This will be 1, 2. That's 3. 4. Halfway. 5. That's 6. 2 more. Don't forget that pause at the bottom. 7. And 8. Awesome job, guys. Take 1 minute. If you're still on if you're doing 3-part push-ups, it might take a little bit longer, so take your time. Hope you guys are enjoying these at-home workouts. I know it's keeping me sane right now. Thank you, Susie, for that comment. I just thought of that literally after I was doing my 8 push-ups. I was like, well, that's probably not enough time for 3-part push-ups. All right. If you need a little more time to rest, that's fine because you were doing 3-part push-ups. For this round, I'm going to do the 3-part push-ups so that way you guys can have time and we're on the same counting kind of regimen, okay? So, I'm going to do my 3-part push-ups. We'll start with 1. to 2. Awesome job, guys, so far. Try and keep that core nice and tight. Really squeeze those glutes and those quads here. That's 3. That's 4. Halfway. That's 5. 3 more. 6. 2 more. 7. 1 more. And 8. Awesome job, guys. I have my dogs here on leave. Take 1 minute, and we're going to do that one more time. I'll do our 3-part push-ups again so you guys are all still on the same page. I'm not lagging behind, so it was my fault. Guys, I've got 15 more seconds to rest. We're going to do our push-ups. However you want to do them one more time. Like I said, I'm going to do our 3-part push-ups again, just to kind of keep everyone at the same pace. If you finish your 8 before me, you have more time to rest. It's no big deal. All right, last round of push-ups. Again, I'm going to start with those 3-part push-ups. Come down nice and slow as you can, and ideally getting that chest down first. And then pushing our hips and butt back like you're trying to push the floor away from you. That's 1. That's 2. 3. Remember, try and really keep everything nice and tight. Core, glutes, quads. I'm literally squeezing everything. That's 4. Halfway there. That's 5. Starting to slide back. That's 6. 2 more, guys. 7. 1 more. I don't know what those birds are, buddy. And 8. Awesome job, guys. You have 1 minute to rest, and we are going to move on to our next exercise. For this one, if balance is a little shaky, feel free to grab a chair just to hang and hold on to. We're going to do a split squat, which I'll talk about while you guys are resting. If you cannot come all the way down with your split squat to have that back knee down all the way to the ground, that is okay. If balance feels okay like this, just come to a depth that feels comfortable for you and back up. If you have knee pain with any of those options, I demonstrated the other day you can use a stair, which is also great because you can have the railing where you don't have to. But you'll just have one foot up on the stair and we'll step up and back down for that. So, we're in a nice split squat stance from the side. I can show you here as well, about 90-ish degrees. I don't want this back leg to be too far or too close. So really try and find a good distance. And when you come down, really make sure that back knee, if you do come all the way down, of your back leg comes nice and gentle. I always like to say to imagine that we have eggshells on the ground or glass. We also want to make sure our front knee stays behind our toe, and we don't want that to come forward. Really imagine you're trying to ride an elevator and go straight up and down when you're doing these, so up and down versus lunging and back. We also want to make sure we're always driving through our front heel on the way up, okay? When we come up, we don't want, let me see if you can see my toe. We don't want to come up through that toe. We really want to drive up straight through that front heel. So we're going to do 8 on one leg and then 8 on the other. Like I said, please feel free to use something next to you if you need it for balance. And we'll get started with 1. Really try and keep a nice tall posture as well. That's 2. We don't want to be kind of hunched over like this. 3, 4, that's 5. And just like we do with our squats or any lower body exercise, that's 6. Really make sure that we're driving our knee nice and wide outside our toe. 7, 1 more. And 8. We're going to switch sides. We'll do 8 on this leg. And remember, if you cannot come all the way down to the ground because there's any pain, that is fine. Just go to where it's comfortable. That's 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 2 more, 7, 1 more, and 8. Awesome job, guys. You have 1 minute to rest, and we're going to do that again. Hope you guys got outside yesterday. It was a beautiful day yesterday. The weather was perfect. Of course, a little chillier today. You have about 15 more seconds. What are you doing? What are you looking at? All right, guys, it's about that time. We're going to start back up with our split squats or step-ups. If you need to use the stairs, that's totally fine. But we're going to enter a nice wide stance. I'm going to kind of go from this angle now, maybe so you can see a different angle just to kind of get all angles. We're going to go for 8 reps. Nice, gentle back knee touches the ground. That's 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, 1 more, and 8. Awesome job, guys. We're going to switch legs. That's 1, 2, that's 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 1 more, and 8. Awesome job, guys. Take 1 minute, and we are going to do this one more time. And while you guys are resting, I'll take any feedback from you guys that will help you guys out while you're at home. So please feel free to comment and let me or any of our coaches know what we can do to help you guys out more or what you guys would enjoy more. Definitely let us know. So we want to make this as fun and helpful for you guys as possible. So about 10 more seconds, we're going to do one last round of split squats. And then we're going to move on to our next body weight circuit. All right, guys, that minute goes fast. One last round of our split squats. We'll get started if I can get my balance. That's 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4. Remember, nice strong glute squeeze, core is always tight. That's 5, that's 6, drive through that front heel. Don't forget to drive through that front heel on the way up. 7, and 8. We're going to go ahead and switch. That's 1. And make sure that front knee stays behind that front toe. 2, 3. Nice and gentle on the way down on that back knee if you're coming all the way down. 4. That's 5. 3 more. 6. 2 more. 7 and 1 more. And 8. Awesome job, guys. Take 1 minute and we are going to move on to our next circuit. Susan, I would like a 45 minutes of asana as well. I would gladly just lay there and do that as well. Thank you so much, Tara. Of course, Susan also. So next for our circuit coming up, if you also still feel a little unbalanced for anything, you might need anything to hold on to. You don't necessarily have to. We're going to start off, you still have time to rest, but because I forgot to do this last time, tell you the alternative here. We're going to start off with a non-alternating lateral lunge. So if for any reason you have pain when we do this, because we're going to step and come back, you can stay in a nice wide stance for this, and we're going to do all one side and then the other. When we do these, as you can see, and I know Loy went over it a lot, I think I did as well, really make sure, whether you're stepping or you're staying with your feet planted, that the leg that is bent is bent. God bless you, Jackson. And our other leg stays completely locked out. Even if you're coming back to this position, I want to keep it locked off to really drive through. Same thing when we're stepping, that stays. I'm going to use my leg that's bent to push off and keep that leg straight. Don't let it buckle. So, doesn't matter which one you do, like I said. I'm going to go ahead and do a step in and out, and we're going to do, I believe, 10 on one side, 10 on the other. So we will go ahead and get started. That's 1. That's 2. Make sure whether you're doing this 1 or staying with your feet planted, we're always standing or nice and tall at the top. That's 3. You notice too, my hips and my butt are going back. That's 5, halfway. 6, that's 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. I'm going to show you guys from this angle, but we're going to switch sides, and if again your feet were planted, we're going to do all the other leg, okay? So we'll go ahead for 1. If you notice, I'm really pushing my hips and butt back. All the weight is shifted toward my heel. That's 3, 4. I'm going to go this way a little bit so you guys can see my feet actually. 5, 6. I know it's a rough life, buddy. 7, 8. 2 more. 9, and 10. Before we rest, we're going to go into some arm circles. These can be big, these can be small, they can be fast, slow, totally up to you. We're going to do 10 going forward and then 10 coming back. So I think I did a little bit bigger ones in the first video. I'm going to go with smaller ones this time. We'll go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to go ahead and reverse those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Awesome job, guys. We have 1 minute to rest, and we're going to go ahead and do those 2 things again. Susan for her lateral split squats. There's about 15 more seconds. We'll get started back up in just a second. All right, we're going to start back up with our non-alternating lateral split squat, or lateral split squats. If you need to, you can just go in a nice wide stance. You do not have to step, but as long as we're always standing nice and tall at the top. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do 10 on one leg, 10 on the other. That's 1, 2, that's 3, that's 4, halfway, 6, that's 7, 8, remember to really drive off that leg you're stepping with, 9, 1 more, and 10. We're going to switch sides. That's 1, we're standing nice and tall at the top, 2, nice strong glute squeeze, 3, 4, 5, halfway, that's 6, awesome job, guys, 7, that's 8, 2 more, 9, and 1 more, and 10. Awesome job, guys. Shake that out. We're going to go back to our forward arm circles again. Doesn't matter. You can go small, you can go big, you can go fast, slow. We'll get started with our forward arm circles though for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to reverse those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job, guys. Take 1 minute to rest. And we're going to do that circuit one more time today. Susan, we have hip bridges coming up after this. Why doesn't she do some dead bugs? I know they're in dynamic day, but if you want to do non-alternate again to follow along with the count, or have Jody do, you can do dead bugs too if you want, Susan. I'd set our timer for a minute. We'll go for 30 more seconds to rest. All right, guys, one final round of this circuit for today. We're gonna start back up with our non-alternating lateral lunges. I'm pretty sure I said split squats last time, but they are lunges, okay? Unless you're doing feet planted, then they're split squats. But we will get started for 10 per side. That's 1, 2, first stand nice and tall at the top, core is always nice and tight. All my weight is shifted back. 4. That's 5. 6. Trying to make sure that chest stays up too. We don't want to be down here like this. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Awesome job, guys. We are going to switch legs. It's 1, 2, and we're really trying to keep that opposite leg nice and straight. 3, 4, that's 5, halfway. 6, 7, 3 more. That's 8, 9, 1 more, and 10. Awesome job, guys. Shake that out. We're gonna do our arm circles one final time today. We'll start those forward arm circles for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to reverse those arm circles next for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, and 10. Awesome job, guys. We have 1 minute and we're gonna move on to our final circuit for today. We're gonna do a little bit of some core work and some glute work. Tara, I'm so glad this can be your therapy. It is helping me as well. Otherwise, I just sit my butt all day and I don't do anything. So thank God for this. All right, so as we're resting, we still have 30 seconds. If you want to challenge yourself for this next exercise coming up, you can get something to elevate your feet on. I have a really hard time with doing this because I use more of my hamstrings than my glutes, so I'm not gonna elevate my feet today. But if you do, what you're gonna do is make sure, even if my foot was elevated but I'm on the ground, you really wanna make sure that heel is gonna be on the elevated surface. It's okay if your foot doesn't lay flat and drive through that heel on the elevated surface. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing that today, but really drive through that front heel, if you can see, on the ground. The leg for this can either be bent or straight, just as long as it doesn't cross over and rest here. If this is painful, doing a single leg hip bridge for you, just doing a regular bilateral, so both feet stay on the ground and or can be elevated on a surface, we can do that. So we're gonna do a rep count of 12 per side here. So I would say, I know it's a weird number, but just do 24 to follow along with us for if you wanna do a bilateral, so both feet on the ground like we did in our warm up, okay? So we're going to do 12 single leg hip bridges on one leg and then 12 on the other. I'll go on the single actually. All right, so drive through that front heel. Core is nice and tight. We'll start with 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, make sure that core is nice and tight. 6, 7, 8, that's 9, awesome job guys. 10, 2 more. 11, 1 more. And 12. Awesome job, we're gonna switch sides. That's 1, 2, give me a nice pause at the top. Nice and slow and controlled here. These don't need to be fast. 3, 4, that's 5. Don't forget that nice strong glute squeeze at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. Awesome job, guys. Before we rest, we're going to do some core work next. We're going to do our reverse crunches. So, hands are going to be down on the ground. Back up a little bit. At your side, legs can be bent or straight. If you keep your legs straight, it's going to be a little more difficult. I just bend mine. It helps me stay a little more controlled than using momentum, which I don't want you guys to do. So if possible, try not to use momentum like so with your hips and butt and glute and your legs swinging. So that means if you only give me a little bit of movement off the ground from that tailbone getting off the ground, that is totally fine. I would rather that than really use momentum, okay? We're going to do this for 12 reps as well, and we'll get started here with 1. That's 2. Give me a nice pause at the top. That's 3. That's 4. Really should feel this in that lower part of your abs. That's 5. 6, halfway. 7. That's 8. That's 9. Almost there, guys. 10. 2 more. 11. 1 more. And 12. Awesome job, guys. You have 1 minute to rest, and we're going to go through that again. So we have 2 more rounds of this to finish up with today, and then we will do our cool down so you guys know what's coming up. Hope you guys are all staying safe and well. Miss seeing everyone at the gym. All right, it's about that time. We're going to start back up with our single leg hip bridges, or like I said, if you want, you can do 24 regular hip bridges with both feet on the ground if that's better. And if you really want to challenge yourself, you can elevate one of your feet, and again, that foot does not have to be completely flat on that elevated surface, okay? We're going to do this for 12 again. All right, we'll get started. That's 1. Keep that core nice and tight. Give me a nice pause at the top for 2. That's 3. 4. That's 5. Remember, this leg can be bent or straight, doesn't matter. 6. Halfway. 7. 8. That's 9. Don't forget that strong glute squeeze at the top. 10. 2 more. 11. And 12. We're going to switch legs, guys. That's 1. That's 2. 3. Remember, nice slow and control. These don't have to be fast. Give me a nice pause at the top. 4. Awesome job, guys. That's 5. Halfway. 7. That's 8. 9, almost there. 10, 2 more. 11, 1 more. And 12. Awesome job, guys. We're going to go back to those reverse crunches. If you would like to challenge yourself a little bit more with these, what you can do is, after coming back from getting your tailbone up off the ground, you can slowly lower your legs, but I only want you guys to lower them as long as you can keep that lower back completely pressed in the ground. We are going to do this and get started for 12. We'll get started with 1. That's 2. Give me a nice pause at the top. Really try and get these to be a lot slower and controlled without using momentum for 3. That's 4. 5. Halfway. 7. 8. Almost there, guys. That's 9. 10, 2 more. 11, 1 more. And 12. Awesome job, guys. You have 1 minute. And we are going to do this one final time today to finish up. And I'm going to turn on this fan that I have, so I will be right over here. You're fine. You're supposed to work out with me. Now you're sleeping. If you just hopped on, I'm going to say it again, to definitely let me know if there's anything myself or any of the other coaches with any of the workouts and stuff can do, or something that you'd like to see. Plenty of feedback is great. We'll try and incorporate and make it fun and what you want to do. We have about 10 more seconds, and we're just going to go through these 2 exercises one final time today. All right, we're going to start back up with those hip bridges one final time. Remember, drive through that front heel. This will be 1. Core is always nice and tight for 2. That's 3. 4. That's 5. Give me a nice strong glute squeeze at the top. We're halfway there. 7. That's 8. 9. Awesome job, guys. 10. 11. 1 more. And 12. We're gonna switch sides. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yes. You good boy? Thank you. Thank you. You're all sweaty. Thank you. Can you do my hip bridges? Thank you. I love you too. Can I do my other hip bridges? Thank you. I'm going to do my other hip bridges now, okay? Yeah. Okay. We'll get started with 1. Ow, Jackson. 2, thank you, buddy. Are you leaving me? 3, no, okay. That's 4, 5, that's 6. There's no one can see what I'm doing because you're blocking the whole thing. 7. They just see your big fluffy butt. 8. That's 9. Almost there, guys. 10. 2 more. 11. And 12. You trying to be on the camera? You put your whole face there. Thank you. I got plenty of kisses. Thank you. Okay, one more exercise to do and then we can go for a walk. Yes. Can I go do my reverse crunches? Okay. I got reverse crunches to do. Thank you. Plenty of kisses, I know. One more thing to do. I'm almost done. You want to sit down? Come here. Alright, sorry about that. Now I was terrible of me. We're going to do our reverse crunches to finish up today. We'll get started with 1, 2, 3, that's 4, 5, halfway. Remember, give me a nice pause, go nice, slow, and controlled. 7, really use your hands kind of dig into the ground. 8, I'm really trying to get that tailbone up off the ground, even if it's very minimal. 9, almost there. That's 10, 2 more. 11, 1 more. And 12. Awesome, awesome job today, guys. We are just going to finish up with our cool down, get that heart rate back down. We're going to do the same cool down as I did with you guys if you followed in on Dynamic Day. So if you need something for your knees to kind of be on, but we're going to start seated on the floor. If that's uncomfortable, you can also just do this while you're seated on your couch. We're going to do all our cool down for a time, so it's going to be for 1 minute. So if you want to time yourself or follow along, I will have a timer. We are going to start off with our shoulder extension stretch here. So you can either keep your legs flat or bent, that's totally up to you. But just like we did in the warm-up with our scapular retraction, we're really going to try and get our shoulder blades pinned together. Our hands are going to be behind us, if you can see. And I want to make sure my shoulders are back. I don't want them to kind of start rounding forward. Really try and pin them back as best you can. We're going to hold that for 1 minute. And if it kind of gets a little funky feeling in like your elbow or anything, you can shake it out during that minute and just go right back into it, all right? So I will get us on the clock here. All right. And just remember, let that heart rate come back down. Take nice deep breaths in and out. This one's a good stretch, but I know it can feel a little funky in the elbows and things, so. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I wish the weather was going to be a little warmer than like how it was yesterday. Remember, you can do this seated on a couch if you need to. It does not have to be on the floor. About 15 more seconds here. And shake it out if you need to. You don't have to hold the whole minute. You're fine. Sorry about that, guys. All right, you guys can relax. Next, we're going to do, I believe, a downward dog. Yep. So if you need to do this on your forearms instead of your hands or your wrists, I would suggest going on an elevated surface like I showed for the push-ups. What we're going to do is set up in a plank position either on your forearms or on your hands, whatever is more comfortable for you. And we're going to rock back and forth with this, so we're going to really try and drive those heels down into the ground. Get a nice big stretch in the back of our legs and come back. I'm going to start the timer for 1 minute, but I'm going to also talk you through a little bit more while we're doing this. So when you come back from being and driving down on your heels, and we go back to our plank. Make sure we're not dipping too much here. Still trying to keep that body in a nice straight line. Core is nice and tight. This one's one of my favorites because I always feel a nice big stretch in the back of my calves. So if you want to kind of hang out here for a little bit, that's totally fine. Get a really deep stretch. Awesome job today, guys. All right, you guys can relax. Next, I believe we're gonna do child's pose. So I'm gonna get my little pillow here to kneel on. We're gonna do this for 1 minute as well, which I'm going to start my timer for you guys. For this one, really try and make sure we are sitting back toward our butt, toward our heels with our butt, and then arms are gonna be extended out in front. And we're just gonna get a nice big stretch kind of through our lats on the side here. Some of you might feel this in a different area if they're a little tighter in the hips, and that's totally okay. And just take nice deep breaths in and out. We're gonna hold this position for 1 minute. Continue to let that heart rate come back down. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout today. We are gonna do one final thing. We're gonna stay in our child's pose, but we're gonna cross one arm underneath and through. So you're just gonna take one arm, cross it underneath. We're gonna stay down in that child's pose. I'm gonna get us on the timer here. And we're just gonna hold this position for 1 minute. Then we're just taking nice deep breaths in and out. I believe there is yoga with Kathy at 1 p.m., 12 p.m., I'm sorry. So hopefully you guys can tune in for that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch, and you guys can go ahead and begin with that. And then after 12 o'clock yoga, Ben and I possibly, or maybe just Ben, if we don't have technical difficulties again, it'll be Ben and I will have another nutrition roundtable if you guys would like to tune into that as well. Talking about how to manage stress a little bit more, especially because this could be a little more stressful of a time for some people. So it's not myself and Ben. Definitely tune in because it'll be one of us, and it'll definitely be a good talk. We're almost there, guys. All right, you guys can completely relax if you're not already relaxed. You guys are all done for today. Thanks so much for tuning in again and working out with me. I really do miss all you guys at the gym. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Step over my dog. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching.